Thank God that as windy as it's been out here in New York, that we're not on the West Coast.
As windy as it's been, nothing's on fire over here.
Yeah.
Holy smokes.
Yeah.
The California wildfires are out of control. I don't think that people even understand either. Like, if you're not really watching it or following it, like some people just think like, oh yeah, there's a fire going on in California. This is like thousands of yards of like, there's like miles that are just burning down.
Bro, they were saying there's like they were estimating 35,000 plus acres.
35,000 acres.
That's the size of Yellowstone. You know the show Yellowstone? You know how everybody wants to beef with him and steal his property because his property's so big? Mm-hmm. He has some piece of property like that size. So imagine all of Yellowstone burning down.
That's crazy.
I think that's how big it is.
They're saying that somebody started it?
They're calling it a wildfire.
No, well now it's a wildfire, but it isn't it might have started from arson. They locked somebody's arrested right now.
Really?
Pending charges.
I didn't even know that.
Dude, the people napped him up.
Oh no, that was but they're not saying that is the same guy, I don't think. They caught a guy in one part of California, like a flamethrower, right? And he was like, I'm not kidding.
I don't know what
they said he had like some kind of small flamethrower, and he was like setting palm trees on fire and shit.
Was it like a torch you used to dab with, or was it like a flamethrower?
It's the news. It could have been a can of hairspray and a Bic.
Yeah.
You know, so who knows? But I don't think that they're connecting him to that same event. Yeah. I don't know though.
The dude has a hairstyle. The news is like, assailant was caught with a flamethrower style device.
Right. Yeah, he was just taking a dab.
Yeah. Little do we know, the dude was just trying to fucking take a dab outside before his mom caught him. But yeah, dude, the fire's crazy. And you see that Joe Rogan clip that's like resurfacing
from September.
Yeah,
right?
From September, where he essentially is talking about a conversation he had with a firefighter, right? Where the firefighter essentially says that, certain parts of California just gets lucky. He goes, they're just lucky that the wind isn't going, the wind stops or, starts to work with them instead of working against them. He goes, one day that's not going to be the case and everything is just going to, burn. And here we are several months later. It looks like that's exactly what's happening. They're out of water?
What they're saying is, or what I've seen said, is that Gavin Newsom and the government over there, they had for some reason drained some reservoirs or something. It had something to do with a fish that they wanted to protect or something. So they got rid of a bunch of like water. I think they opened up dams and stuff like that. And now the fire hydrants are dry and stuff.
Yeah.
As a result. So I don't know, friend.
You see the poor mayor? Mayor's going through it.
Yeah, I don't know. I would say poor mayor.
So here's my thing. People are mad because she cut the firefighter fund, I guess, by like, what is it, $87 million or a couple of years ago.
Something like that. I don't know the figure.
But at the same time, if you gave them $87 million, I don't know if they could still keep it. Would that $87 million have been the difference of them being able to stop this fire? Would they have bought more water? Like, what would they have done with that $87 million that would have prevented this? Is this something, essentially, the question that I'm asking, I think that should be being asked before we just commit an onslaught on this woman. Is this something that could have been prevented with those dollars? Or is this something that no matter what, even if they had, the money to get, whether they would have used it for additional staff, new equipment, whatever the case may have been, would that, been the definer in whether this wildfire spreads the way it does?
That's a very good question because, I kind of agreed with a lot of the, of the fire, I guess they were under. Poor choice of words. That's not what I meant. The kind of the pressure on them and the feedback they're getting. I thought a lot of it made sense, but I'm thinking, what would you have done differently with $87 million? I don't know.
Even if
make it rain more. I mean,
they would have got maybe 2 more helicopters.
Yeah, but I think a lot of it they're giving them. Especially I think the governor is that there's really very limited maintenance to the forest out there. You're supposed to do things. You're supposed to, especially in a dry climate like that, you're supposed to, collect all the, fallen timber, the big pieces and stuff like that, and kind of trim and take care of certain things when it comes to like maintenance of
get a sprinkler system out there.
Exactly. Get a sprinkler system out there. Make sure you get a couple people doing some rain dances out there, but they were, that's what they were saying, that he just lets kind of the forest be very secondary in that regard. And that's why it goes up. That other countries have dense forests as well, but they don't go up like that. They have similar weather conditions, but they don't just go on fire. And they're saying it's because they have laws and budgets set aside to help reduce the risk by cleaning up fallen timber and things like that when it dries out,
You see the conspiracy theorists going crazy talking about how come the trees aren't burning, because there's some trees that just don't, that like everything around it's burnt and the top of the tree is still green and the tree's still up.
Oh, so these like conspiracy theorists now?
Yeah, they're saying like, there's something going on. The trees aren't burned, and it's like, well, you ever try to burn a living tree? Like, you ever try to burn anything green?
Yeah, I mean, we're blessed that we don't have all those crazy fires. The only places that we have fires, we don't have wildfires. No. We just have people setting people on fire in the subway.
Yeah.
It's kind of a different.
Yeah, we got different flames to deal with, for sure. But I think that most importantly, not just the fires, we also don't get like earthquakes either. No earthquakes, no tornadoes, but we're all on top of each other.
Yeah, we're on top of each other, a bunch of like city rats.
Still rather be in New York than have to deal with all that shit they go through over there.
Yeah, man. I mean, it looks like hell on earth.
It's crazy.
Over there. It really looks like hell on earth. I'm thinking to myself, what's going on over there? This looks like some kind of biblical shit. That might have been a reset for Gavin Newsom.
What's your strategy if they bring you in? How are you putting the fires out? How are you starting? Are we just digging a trench? Like, at this point, they got to do like something extreme needs to happen, right?
Yeah. To be honest, I don't even know where to start, dude.
You want me to read a little bit of the latest, some of the bullet points,
the techniques and stuff that they're using to put the fires out?
No. The latest on the wildfire situation, the death toll and whatnot.
Yeah.
As per NBC News, this is the latest. At least 16 people killed. The fire has swept through 37,000 acres and is in the greater Los Angeles areas, destroying entire communities, more than 12,000 structures.
Wow.
Jesus. At least 13 people are missing. Evacuation orders for the largest blaze in the Palisades fires have ever had. At least 153,000 LA residents were under eviction orders overnight.
Wow.
At least 153,000 LA residents were under eviction orders overnight. They woke up and they said, "Hey, get all your shit and let's go."
Wow.
Governor Gavin Newsom called for an independent investigation into the loss of water pressure. We talked about that earlier. There's either no water or no water pressure. People are turning on their garden hoses and nothing is coming out. They're opening up fire hydrants and nothing's coming out. And the Los Angeles County declared a public health emergency, warning the smoke and prevention. Because this is another thing. It's like, you should be breathing. Not only are things burning down, but there's also now all this smoke and like burnt shit in the air.
Yeah. I heard some crazy, you say conspiracy theories. There was one that I saw people talking about that, apparently they wanted to do some kind of, people are alleging that there were certain programs they wanted to roll out and do certain building and a whole bunch of stuff, and they couldn't get people to sell their property and get out. So people are saying that they let the water run dry because they knew inevitably that a fire would happen. And then there was no water to fight the fires. So now everything's wiped out and you just got to leave. You know what I'm saying?
Ah, man, I don't know.
But this is people reaching, I'm sure. I mean, you could really do this about anything. I am a person that definitely doesn't believe a lot of stuff. I think the government's always up to stuff, but I don't know about this. this is crazy.
Because this is like a natural disaster, right? It's like it doesn't seem like something.
100%. It would have to fall into the category of natural disaster. It's insane at this point.
Yeah, it doesn't seem like somebody could have, planned this,
Yeah, there's no wildfire rollout plan that would ever make it a good idea.
Yeah, I don't think the Penguin's behind this or anything like that. Like, I don't think there's like a super villain that's been like planning on, like if we just, take the pressure out of the pipes.
Yeah, I wonder how
The city will
long.
burn.
I'm wondering how long before that place turns into Gotham.
There's people already looting houses. How crazy?
They're
people
already
are
doing that
animals. Dude, people, I think like 50 people have been arrested for fucking looting already.
Jesus.
Yeah, the news doesn't want to touch it, I guess, but the truth is that sometimes your big screen TV survives a fire that's happened to take out 37,000 acres.
Yeah.
And you gotta, it's when opportunity strikes, he who strikes first is victorious.
Yeah, I guess, he who hesitates in wars,
lost.
he who hesitates is lost.
Yeah, exactly. So the looters, they're already, dude, crazy. There's just videos of people walking down the street.
There's videos of it?
There's videos of people.
Shit, we don't have any.
I don't have any, but there's people, because also this is easy to do because people are like being evicted. So this also could be just somebody leaving their house. But there was a video that I seen of a guy who had like a blanket over his shoulder, like he had like converted it to like a sack, and he was just walking down the street with a sack of something, and they were like, and the news was broadcasting, and they were like, they had pointed the camera at this guy's direction while they were talking about the looters, and 2 + 2 = 4. I'm assuming this guy's stealing that shit,
So what? He made himself like a Looney Tunes like runaway backpack.
Yes, exactly, and he's probably got like maybe an Xbox in there.
Essentials to run away from home.
The idea of stealing things from people's homes in general, like what do you have? I guess the safe, right? Because the safes are designed to survive a fire.
True.
But you can't carry a safe down the street. You can't carry that home.
No, you can't, and you would look crazy. I don't care if you're moving your safe to your office.
Yeah.
It looks crazy.
Yeah.
If you're like, this is a safe I just had, I accidentally Amazon shipped it to my house. I meant to ship it to the office, and I'm just, no.
Yeah,
People will be like, sure, buddy.
If you're dollying around safe during a crisis,
Yeah.
there's a fire going on, and you got 2 safes stacked on top of each
Right.
other on a hand truck.
With drywall stuck to it.
This tile stuck to the bottom of this thing.
Yeah.
And you're taking it down the street and then putting it in your Honda Accord. Something's afoot.
Yeah, true story.
Something's going on. I don't know.
True story. But damn, that's hilarious that people are already starting. People are crazy, man. Any opportunity.
Yeah.
Any opportunity.
What do you even steal from people's houses? I guess maybe I don't have shit. Maybe that's why I don't feel this way. Maybe I'm just a poor boy. But like,
You're a brokey.
I couldn't think of like, there's nothing that you're gonna take from here of value.
Yeah, I guess I don't know. Like, what do you look for when you go in? You think they're going in and looking for like the nice silverware, or you think they're running for the jewelry?
That's what I'm saying. I mean, I guess people wear jewelry is probably the only thing that you could take. And I don't have any, but like people have jewelry, I guess. But you don't have that much jewelry. Like at that point, the juice ain't worth the squeeze. Home invasions in general. Now I'm not talking about these looters. The juice ain't, because I don't think they're going to get the same amount of time as a guy who does a classic B&E.
Yeah.
But or maybe they'll be made an example of. Who knows? But anyways, in general, home invasions, I don't see the allure behind them. They don't seem worth it to me. Unless it's an inside job and the guy's got 30, 40 grand stacked up. But if you're going in there for jewelry and televisions,
I mean, it is LA. I'm sure that there's some areas, because these are nice areas of LA
you make more money stealing the boiler.
that are burning down. Yeah, maybe they're doing that. Maybe they're just pulling all the copper piping out.
That's thinking with your dipstick. Now,
Yeah.
if you're going in there, does the copper survive the fire?
Nah, it's LA. They probably have some kind of law that you have to use paper pipes. You got to use.
It's a recyclable cardboard.
Yes, 100%. You have to change them. Like you have to have all your plumbing changed weekly.
Yeah. I wonder if I now got to look this up. This is the wonders of editing magic. Ready? I'm about to look this up.
Well, what are you looking up?
Does copper pipes survive? It comes up right away. Wildfires. I'm going to put house fires.
Do copper pipes?
Yes. Copper pipes are generally considered to survive in house fires due to the high melting point, which is significantly higher than the temperature it typically reaches in most residential fires. All right. Now, there's that right there.
Now we're looking at opportunity.
Yes. That, now, that's thinking with your fucking dipstick.
Yeah, that's thinking with your dipstick.
Yeah. But yeah, prayers to all the people in California. The Channel 5 already has like Andrew, what's his name? Callahan. Channel 5, the YouTube channel.
Oh, Channel 5.
Do you know Andrew Callahan?
You've told me about it. He does
like a bunch of documentary style, like but they're like real good videos.
I got to check it out. But
he's already done. He's already there and like interviewing people like as things are on fire.
Yeah, it's crazy. Just some of the video I've seen of people driving down the highway and stuff, and just everything is on fire around them. I'm like, where are you going? This looks like a movie or a TV show. I'm like, dude, are we really facing this kind of thing right now where people are having to drive into a fire?
It looks like they're in the depths of hell.
It really does.
The driving videos, I seen a video of somebody in their house and their house, it was like a glass. It was like a 90-degree angle of glass, and it was just everything outside their house is on fire.
Yeah, I think that's the one I
think
I saw.
We gotta go.
They came to get their dog.
Did they go to get their dog?
Yeah, they went to get their dog, and the dog is in the video on the longer version of it. It's the guy is just calmly taking like this panorama video, of like he's making sure he's getting all the angles, and everything is on fire, like huge roaring flames outside of his house. They're whipping, when the fire's like fucking pulling like this, it's snapping. Like, you can't do that, dude.
No.
You can't do that. They were there, but I saw an update and they said they got out. They came to get their dog and a few belongings, so I guess the front of the house hadn't been hit yet. It was all behind.
Speaking of dogs, I seen this one guy, the news was like interviewing people, and he's like walking towards the fire, and he's like frantic, and the news stops him, and he's like, what are you doing? He's like, I'm going to get my dog.
Oh my God.
He's like running, crying. He goes, and then they show him, he comes back, he's like happy, a completely different dude. He's got his dog in his arm.
Yeah.
And he's like, I got my dog. That's it, dude. Whew.
Dude, I would run in for mine.
100%.
Go get my dog, man.
Yeah, my stupid ass dog can't survive a fucking wildfire.
Yeah. Oof. Shit's terrifying. But I don't know, even I wonder when we could talk about this all day.
Yeah, we could talk about
wildfire. We could talk about
euthanasia all day.
Yeah, all day, brother.